Well, it's RYE January, so let's talk about it. Welcome back to That Bourbon Dude. My name is Charles. Today we're talking about RYE January, and not to be mistaken with dry January, because we don't do that around here. We're still sipping pours, and we're going to talk about a little bit of ryes. Before we do that, do me a favor. I know a ton of you are watching it. I see the views, but you're not subscribers. 90% of you are not subscribed to the channel. Please take a second. It helps me out more than you know. Hit that subscribe, like, share, comment, and then very importantly, in this specific video, I need you guys to help me with something. We're going to go over a few bottles, but I need you to make some suggestions down in the comment section of ryes that you think I should try, because I am venturing out and I want to experience new ryes, and I think I found kind of like a pattern of things that I'm liking, but I need some suggestions. I don't want to just be out there all nilly-willy buying up too many bottles that don't taste good, so I need your help. Drop a comment, tell me which ones you think I should be picking up and trying, but I'm gonna sip on a little bit of this one, and I'll tell you guys at the end which one I'm drinking. But this one is probably well, it's definitely in my top 4, because obviously we're doing 4 bottles here today, so let's get into it with pour number 1. Okay, number 1, it's going to be a Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye. Now, you guys, if you have not figured out who Hard Truth is yet, I don't know what rock you're living under. These guys are pumping out some crazy good stuff. Crazy good stuff. And it is so good. This one just happens to be a pick. It's a Total Wine pick, so nothing super crazy special, but it is a pick. Very fruity, not very herbally. I would consider this more of a bourbon drinker's rye. This one specifically is 122.4 proof, so it does have a little bit of proof. Packs in some great flavors. The wife loves it, I love it, and it's just overall a great pour. And I think this bottle maybe was like 65 or 70 bucks. Not super expensive, but also not super cheap either. So that's kind of what I'm noticing with ryes, guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. Are ryes just naturally slightly pricier than a bourbon because the process is a little bit more tedious and the ingredients may be slightly more expensive? But that's just my guess. So my first bottle that I'm sipping on for RYE January is Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye. Now, this next one is a good one, and it's really everywhere at this point almost. And you probably know what I'm gonna say. It's gonna be Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Strength Rye. This bad boy's checking in at a whopping 132.7 proof. Packs a freaking mountain of flavor. Unbelievably good. Not only is it unbelievably good, it happens to be probably the easiest one on this list to find, okay? I've seen it pretty much everywhere at this point. I know I've seen a couple Facebook groups, people are saying, hey, we're still not seeing it super often, and then when we do, they're jacking up the prices. Don't worry, if it ain't there yet, it will be soon. I hear they have really ramped up the production on specifically those, because so many people are finding out that maybe they're rye people, maybe they're rye and bourbon people, whatever it may be, they are pumping these out, and the quality is still maintaining, which is the most important part. And they're rocking that $65, $75 price point. This one's not a pick. There's been some really good picks. I've got like 4 or 5 picks. A couple of them are open, a couple of them are not. Working my way through one right now that really knocks the socks off of just this standard one here. So if you get yourself an opportunity to purchase a pick of one of these, do it. Do it. It's so freaking good. All right, number 3 is probably the hardest one on the list to get. It's a kind of a I don't know if it will say annual release or special release, but it is allocated. That's going to be, what do we got here? We got Michter's Barrel Strength rye. Guys, I just got this bottle. Shoot, when did I get this bottle? Maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. First time having it in a very long time. Prior to that, I only had like one pour of it, and it was good. This is excellent. This is way better than I remember it being. I did pay like 120. I think I paid either 120 or $129. I can't remember. My brain's all jacked up today, but I did have it in my recent bottle haul video, and I said the price in that. So if you haven't seen that video, jump back, take a look at it. It's in there. So it's a lower proof, 110 proof, I believe 110.4, 5, 6, something right in there. It's really good. Not super low proof, not super high proof. Packs more flavor in that bottle than most ryes, and it's kind of a special bottle, not necessarily because of the fact that it's allocated, but because it actually does taste good. And that's something that we see time and time again, that just because it's allocated doesn't mean it really tastes that well. So you can take my word for it, or go buy your own pour and decide if it's worth it to you. But to me, it is worth the 120-ish bucks that I paid for it. I'll probably pick up another one. Still have not been able to get my hands on the toasted bourbon, or just the regular barrel strength bourbon. Maybe someday that'll happen, but until then, I will be happy with the rye. Now let's talk about this last pour here. Excuse me. This last bottle, that's what I'm actually drinking on right now. And this is a company that I think a lot of people are passing over, and I'm not really sure why they're passing over it. They have an interesting name. Their bottles shape is pretty standard. They have really cool labels. They do a lot of picks. They've got some finished stuff. They've got some straight stuff. They've got some American light whiskeys from their lineup. But this one specifically is a rye. It's a finished rye. And it's good. And that's going to be RYE 3. This is a toasted barrel. This is a pick. Hella good. Probably my favorite toasted. I mentioned that I couldn't get any of the toasted stuff from Michter's, and I'm not disappointed that I haven't got it, because I was able to get my hands on one of these. This one here is coming in at, looks like 119 proof. And this is a blend of 3 phenomenal whiskeys, is what it looks like this says here. So I'm happy with this. And let me say this, not only am I happy with this, I'm over the moon that these are pretty relatively available in most markets. So if you're wanting a great toasted rye whiskey, here you go, folks. This is one you can get that's not going to break the bank. They're doing picks, so you can get picks that are way better a lot of times than just your standard shelfers. I don't know that I've ever seen this as a shelfer. I think I've only ever seen it as a pick. There's a Madeira cask that I'm about to try for the first time, and I'm also going to be trying their cigar batch, which really intrigues me, and here's why. Let me give you a little quick story on why the cigar batch is tickling my fancy. I haven't even tried it yet, but I went to a store in Georgia. Shout out to my boy Andy. He had some. He was talking it up, and it's like his personal stash. He didn't want to give up these bottles because they were so good. So let me say this: if the store owner buys a barrel and it's so good that he loves it so much that he hangs on to it for his personal sipping, that means something. Now, granted, my understanding is he's getting another barrel for the store, but that one's for him. But I guess it's going to be one of those things that when I get my hands on that first sip, which will be very soon, I might be a cigar batch guy. And I've historically I have not been. The Joseph Magnus cigar blend not been like super over the moon with it. It's extremely pricey. I know that there's a lot of nuance and craftsmanship that goes into producing that product, but at 250 bucks, that's usually what I see them at, somewhere in that neighborhood. I think I would rather pick up a couple of the RYE cigar batches, or even this toasted barrel again would be perfectly fine. I love what they're doing over here at RYE, and hopefully in the near future I will be able to get my hands on some more of their stuff and try it. But until then, I will be happy with what I got right now. But this leads to the part where I need your help. I need you guys to make some suggestions. Tell me what you guys are drinking as far as ryes. Is there a real rye, like a 95.5 MGP that is like super good? I just picked up a little bit of Redemption Rye recently. I'm gonna try it and see how it does for me, but I need your help. Tell me what you're drinking. Tell me what I should probably get into. I do like some stuff that is sweeter. I don't know how this 95.5 is going to do me, but I'm going to give it a shot. I don't expect it to be bad, but I do expect it to be pretty, rye forward. A lot of spice to it, maybe some minty herbalness, and maybe a little piney. I don't know, but I hope that it is something that I enjoy, and maybe in the future I will have a larger selection of rye, and maybe I can do a rye blind for you guys. But until then, that's all I got for you today. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bourbon Dude out.